and it's popular, then other studios will say, "Hey, where's our virus movie?"
Yeah.
Start a new subgenre.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, who thought zombies would have had the legs that they do?
Or not the legs.
Yes.
I said it knowing that.
I'm sorry, man.
I was like, if he's quick, he'll have something ready.
Man, I was just kind of like, listen, the picture stopped and you said that, you know what God meant for this to happen.
It did.
She handed it to me. Catch, Corey. You know, I thought I'd talk about pandemic cinema, the history of pandemics in the movies, and how what we're going through right now have shaped things, and how it has evolved in movies, but in ways that you don't even understand. Because listen, I'm looking at everything that's going on. You know, we do a lot of movie stuff here, read a lot of movie news as it happens. And one of the most searched movies due to this coronavirus thing going on, I don't even know why y'all want to punish yourselves like this. It's like when people who are easily scared just love to watch horror movies. Why y'all doing this to yourself? The most searched movie out there right now is Outbreak.
In a remote African jungle, bound for a pet store in America, the animal carries...
I love the way that dude walked in. That dude right here. You see?
Pet store in America. The animal carries...
I'm gonna buy me a monkey.
Hipster Terminator.
Yeah. Chicks dig monkeys. Just stroll on in with a monkey. Just bought like he bought groceries.
A deadly virus.
Some bad fingernails on that thing. Jesus.
I mean, he didn't even take a swipe. He just raked him. Raked his arm.
We cannot. We dare not.
Morgan pre-Obama Freeman. When he was the president of every disaster movie back then.
Was he the president in this?
I don't know. Okay. I don't think so.
Well, he was a leading authority figure.
He was some authority figure. He was, you know what? He was on his way.
Okay.
I think he was like a senator or something. I don't know. I've actually never seen the movie, to be honest with you. I remember I was supposed to go see this when it came out, and something happened where it was when we first started reviewing movies on our Access show, and we got there just like 2 minutes late, and some teenager at the front said, "You can't come in." So he just like, all right, well, let's go get some drinks.
Sorry, sir, you can't.
This was a Outbreak. Big hit back in 1995. Spent, I think, 3 weeks at #1. And think made like $166 million, man, worldwide.
Very good.
Made a star at that monkey right there. It was so big. I think that's his headshot.
I'll be in my trailer.
Yeah. He was so big, he actually made the poster. He was the leading headline on the poster right there. He was the main figure on that poster. Look at that. He was right above the title. Outbreak. You're like, you goddamn right. You wouldn't have a movie without me. I started this shit. He was taking publicity photos with you, Martin.
That's right, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Look at him. He's acting more than Cuba Gooding Jr. The 90s seemed poised for virus movies to take off because the 90s at the time, in addition to Outbreak's success, they had that book, The Hot Zone. That was the big talk of Hollywood. Stephen King said, "I write hard, and this scared the shit out of me." The Hot Zone was talked about being made a movie in Hollywood. Now, it wasn't made a movie at the time. It eventually became a TV show in 2019.
They may already be in the midst of an outbreak.
Do you have any idea what kind of panic this will cause?
No, not really. This is there was a time when in '95 when disaster movies were big, man. And everybody's talking about what happened with virus movies because, not only were disaster movies big, but they were big enough to where the studio said, well, shit, you got one, we got to have one. Yeah.
Where's ours?
Yeah, for every Dante's Peak, there was a volcano. I like the way they said, we gonna keep it simple. Dante's Peak. Yeah, nobody know what that
What
is.
is that about?
They may think that's about like a fucking tourist attraction or something. Volcano, bitches. That says everything right there. That scares people.
Yeah.
You know, for every time a studio tried to make a deep impact,
A computer, soldiers, and artists who have already been chosen.
you know, Michael Bates, I ain't got time for that emotional shit. You know, I'm here to bring Armageddon, mother.
You know what I'm saying? We going to the top, baby. Big time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Killing people for comedic effect. Yeah. Watch me hit this big Hawaiian guy. Bam! Yeah.
I like the way Michael Bay like, watch me kill this stereotype. They sure were killing people. Michael Bay don't give a man. Michael Bay runs over pedestrians and civilians in his movies.
Mm-hmm.
He said, death don't mean shit to me. Death is comedy, motherfucker.
Somebody dial 911.
Michael Bay don't care at all. But where was Michael Bay's virus movie, man? Why wasn't he doing something like that? Because the virus trend didn't really catch on at the time.
Right.
I think the only thing that really was a follow-up to something like Outbreak was this.
What year is this?
What year do you think it is?
1996.
Not in the present now.
12 Monkeys. Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis. And that was a science fiction time travel movie.
Yeah, that was not very much about the virus.
No, not at all. No, it was, like I said, it was more science fiction and it was more of an action film. Yeah, you can't tell he caught that shit. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm all right. Brad Pitt. That was the movie that did make people turn around and say, oh shit, Brad Pitt, he might can act.
Yep, it was.
Yeah, he's not just. Yeah,
Not
that's the
pretty
one.
face.
That's when everybody say. In fact, he ugly himself up. He gave him that weird two-face eye, so that people wouldn't hand. Yeah, how is that, man? When you're
so handsome.
you're so handsome that it's a distraction. Like people don't even see your skills or your talent because you just too pretty looking, too busy looking at your pretty ass.
For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
Yeah, he had to like ticks and shit. No, look, I can be ugly, and it's like, no, that still ain't working, man. That was something where in the 90s, everybody thought that virus movies was going to be the big thing, and was not. And I can't say for sure why, but I do have my theories, opinions on why.
What would it take to get you to share those?
Oh, Martin. I don't know if that's a setup or not. But it could take a shirt from DTmerch.com to You know, I'll talk about anything for that classic black teeth white logo right there. You know, I even heard that like fights off Corona, man. Or if you want some Corona, put it in that cup and drink it right up. Make sure you wipe off that phone. Or better yet, put a cover on it to protect yourself. We got the phone covers there. I'm going to be like Alex Jones, just lie. We got phones that protect you, phone covers that protect you from Corona. I'll tell you my opinions on this, and I would like to hear yours. I believe the reason why you don't see a big trend in virus or pandemic movies is because it is way too real for people. You know, you can have all kind of things that happen out there. Listen, you can have movies about nuclear disasters. You can have movies about nuclear annihilation. And, you know, a nuclear threat is very real. But the thing is, we're not walking through radiation every day. You know, we don't see the effects of radiation or the effects of nuclear disasters every day. Now, people catch the flu all the time.
Yeah.
You hear about the flu mutating, and people panic just to get vaccines for flu. So virus, oh, thank you, Tarlin, for the other subs right there. So virus movies, man, I think, you know, when you hear about them getting stronger, things like the flu and other viruses out there mutating and killing quicker, we see people sneezing, you know, we see people touching shit, we see people wiping the nose, and it's just a little bit too close to home makes people a little bit nervous.
I think the reason why I just didn't see a kind of a proliferation of virus films during the 90s or even the 2000s is because when you think of like in the West, especially like Hollywood, like, well, that happens over there. That happens somewhere in China. That like Ebola happened in Africa. It's like we never really saw the effects of it like on, the European continent or North American continent. And I think Stu was like, well, I mean, that's, what does sell is the big bombastic stuff. So like nuclear Armageddon or something from outer space coming to get you. But like viruses, that's all the way over there. People don't think of that. They don't bring that to mind. I think that might be it because people might not be interested because, well, it's never going to affect me, so why do I care?
Well, you say there's no virus movies, but I feel like there are. They're just the zombie virus. That's just the way they've been interpreting them.
That's a good,
especially when you got to 28 days later.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a good point. That actually is part of my point here because, listen, they take gaps in between virus movies. They take big gaps. I mean, the one of the things that's freaking people out today is something that was made back in 2011, Contagion.
You had a seizure this morning, Beth.
She had a history of seizures and allergies.
Man, she like, give me some goop. Give me some goop real quick. That's her company's name. She said Goop takes care of everything. Shit, get her some right now. That scared the shit out of people right there. They like, damn, they f***ed up. Who's that? What's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow. They Gwyneth Paltrow up. She dies early on in the movie.
Yeah, she does. Patient Zero.
And it was horrible.
What happened to her? What happened to her?
Tell Jason Bourne what he wants to hear. What happened to her? Somebody talk to me. Shit, when Jason Bourne is freaked the f*** out.
Yeah, I just be like, no, she's okay.
Yeah.
Let me just I'm open the door, let you in there.
It'll kill him eventually.
They put some string on her lips.
I'm popular, baby. I'll be just fine.
Oh, thank God. That was made in 2011, and people are watching this right now, and they're saying, "Do not watch this. Don't watch this, people. If you are freaked out about coronavirus at this moment, this is not going to make your life any better. Do not watch this."
But the people who freak out the most are not going to listen to you tell them not.
No, they're going to watch it anyway. Hence them looking this up. These are the two most searched things on the internet right here.
Lord.
Outbreak and Contagion. Yeah. People freaking themselves out right now.
I think it's like the most watched, it's in the top 10 in like Amazon Prime right now and a bunch of other streaming services. What's so interesting too about it is because, the virus originates in a Chinese marketplace where someone added certain things to, whatever, because of terrible conditions. That's what created the virus.
And we hear about what created the virus here is people eating bat soup.
Yep.
Bat soup?
Mm-hmm. Like in the Wuhan marketplace.
Bat soup.
Yep. Bat noodle soup.
It's like a Rudy Ray Moore recipe book.
You bat soup eating mother.
That adds the flavor.
Yeah. Jesus, boy, y'all eat anything that moves over there. Goddamn dogs, bats,
cats.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that walks on four legs.
Shit.
Or fly.
Yeah, I ain't trying to talk about all ages. I'm not talking about, I'm not trying to do that stereotype, but I mean, y'all eating it.
Somebody's eating it.
The bat probably just sacrificed something. Like, you know what? Y'all need to learn. Quit eating every goddamn thing. For you, brothers.
You'd think this virus would be some sort of vampirism.
Yeah.
From bats.
They're trying to turn into Morbius.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
It did not work.
They're eating bat soup, man.
Bat soup, Jesus.
You see movies like this, people are watching it and they're terrified, truly, honestly terrified, to the point they can't even take it. But the reason why they're watching is because they are still fascinated by it. I mean, there's a morbid curiosity about this, but people just in general love disaster movies. They were big in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why, but they do.
They do. And that being the case, virus movies, and you hit it, they never really went away, man. They just transitioned into another genre.
A deadly virus capable of contaminating the entire world has been released.
It's the brakes!
Jeez, somebody did not like them.
Yeah. Infecting elevators.
I'm going to infect you and cut the cord on the elevator. With y'all all day, man. That is Resident Evil. 2002. We into the 2000s. Zombies exploded, man.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
zombies exploded, and to the point where that's what made the Resident Evil such a big thing, man. They just turned into they were virus movies, but they weren't virus movies that hit that close to home. They were virus movies about zombies and mutated creatures.
Yeah, they're fantastical.
They're fantasies. You know, it's, that success of zombies, man, is something that is so big now that they're just mainstream. You know, it's not a trend anymore. It's not a niche. It's not a niche. It's not a fad. They are up there with vampires and werewolves. You know, it's something that continues today with The Walking Dead. The thing is, while a lot of these zombies have stayed true to, you know, the traditional tired ass zombie, you know, that zombie just don't want to get up. You know?
I'll eat eventually.
I don't want to go to work. You know how zombies always look tired. We got a lot of movies that stay true to that. There's a lot of movies that you know, all kind of zombies today, and we love them all, man.
The dead people, the walkers. Don't you get mad?
I remember Walking Dead when it came out was huge, man, and today it's still considered to be one of the biggest shows out there. But we've had all kind of zombie movies out there. That's one of the more serious ones where people say it's not even a direct horror. It's a television drama now. Mm-hmm. Of course, we had some in the comedic range.
So, what's the plan? Bash him in the head. That seems to work out.
You know, zombies took off in all kind of ways, man. But we were introduced to a new genre of zombies. Those zombies with work ethic.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are zombies from the Philippines.
Zombies, yeah.
Want to work and show you up.
Got initiative. You know, we're talking about the fast zombies.
Look up the road. There's a lot more of them. Why are they coming here?
Maybe they're coming for us.
That is the remake of Dawn of the Dead. What was that? 2004.
2004. Yeah.
2004. You had something like Resident Evil 2002. This is 2004, but also in 2002, you had the introduction of a brand new zombie out there, and this is where it comes back to this whole virus thing. This is where we were introduced to not only zombies that ran fast, but they ran fast enough to where we said, well, those don't even seem like just dead people come back to life. They seem like infected. And that's 28 days later where they had this disease called rage.
Rage
chimpanzee
virus.
just made your ass angry.
Rage.
They had everybody acting like chimpanzees. You know, breaking in, tearing you apart.
What's so great about that, too, is the people that were trying to save the chimpanzee and that just ate him. They brought on themselves.
I think chimpanzee picked one hippie up and just broke his back like Bane.
He did that, yeah. Tore them apart.
Yeah, 28 days later, that introduced something called the infected, to where they didn't seem like dead people. In Dawn of the Dead, they were considered to be dead people, but this right here introduced a whole new strain of zombie where they were just mindless and violent and worked in hordes. And, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why zombies have taken the place of virus movies, because you have that fantastical, as you say, you have that barrier there that keeps it at a distance. It doesn't affect you too much in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As a matter of fact, it's even though it's about the virus, it ends up being more about the apocalypse.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's what happens afterwards. But you still, you know, with these movies, the great thing about them is that you still get the feeling of a disaster film. You still get that action. You still get that virus element in there. But at the same time, these zombies, you know, the creatures that we know, that's not going to happen. I don't care how much you're preparing for that shit. It ain't going to happen, all right? People ain't going to get up from the grave and start working together to eat you. You know, that's more like, well.
We don't know yet.
Do we know that for sure?
I have a handbook in case it does. I got that shit ready. I got it out now for this.
That handbook's going to save you, huh?
If I got to throw it at your ass, it's going to save you.
You'll be using it for toilet paper eventually. That's what you're going to be using
the most effective. Yeah, toilet paper.
It's so fun to sit around and fantasize all day about what, you know, how you going to kill zombies, man. When you're that lone survivor, how it's going to be so much fun taking these streets back. But that ain't gonna be you. You right now. That's what you thought when this shit wasn't going on. You thought you're gonna be out there popping caps in zombies' heads and decapitating and chopping them up into pieces. No, what are you doing right now? No, your ass is like just like everybody else. You in the store fighting for toilet paper, trying to get cereal, panicking, just like everybody. What are we gonna do? And by the way, we ain't even got zombies. No, but your ass is scared right now because this is real. But you could always sit around and talk about these zombies, man, because these zombies are not real. But we can still, that's the thing. While we're fascinated by virus movies and we'll watch it, that will stress you out. We can still watch these zombie things and still have fun with it.
Sure.
Keep it at a distance. I believe that is one of the reasons why you don't see virus movies, man. Virus movies, nobody's going to watch that every year. Nobody's going to be watching that, even twice a year.
Well, plus, if you've seen 2, you kind of seen them all. Like, what else are we going to do with this?
Contagion, really covered all the bases.
Yeah.
I mean, even because what's happening now, it's like, oh my God, that movie just predicted all of it. So
it sure did, man. Yeah, Contagion covered that shit too well. We'll still be watching this because, I don't know, I don't know if we watch a virus movie, we feel like we'll learn something. Maybe we'll pick up some skills or something. I don't know. But for right now, I think that that's one of the reasons why, especially for right now, you're not going to see them be a trend ever. You'll see them be zombies. You'll see them be disaster movies, but virus movies, no.
I don't know, man. If somebody releases one that people jump on because, hey, they felt like they just went through it.
We lived it,
Yeah. It's popular. Then other studios will say, hey, where's our virus movie?
Yeah. Start a new subgenre.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, who thought zombies would have had the legs that they do?
Or not the legs.
Yes.
I said it knowing that.
I'm sorry, man.
I was like, if he's quick, he'll have something ready.
Man, I was just kind of like, listen, the picture stopped and you said that you know what God meant for this to happen. No, she handed it to me. Catch, Corey. The chat said, go. We might actually see more of these things. Who knows?
I wonder if there would be movies about what happens after this all passes, the aftermath of it, because we're gonna have a big aftermath, at least economically, and just there's things that happen. Some things are temporary. Some things there'll be no recovering from.
That's a good point. We never see the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse or a virus outbreak kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to cover. Yeah, I want to see something like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see a movie where the zombie virus, that whole thing happened. It was over a year, and then the zombies all perished, as well they would.
Yeah.
How everybody copes with it after that.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Well, in my zombie handbook, they explain that the virus works in a way where it even fights off bacteria.
Oh, really?
That's why you don't have any decay. You can get torn up and get ripped to pieces.
That's stupid.
That's just what they say about everything until it happens. See, he's going to be the first. I'll be ready. Stick with me, man.
Okay, all right.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah, I'll be your food. No, I'll be your food in the next couple of days.
Yes. Hey, Chris, what is that over there? I'm sorry.
Come with me. I need a human shield.
Meat shield.